But I didn't think he was gonna shoot him, and he shot him. Over $20. That's the sad part. All over $20.
And he told him, he said, "I'll shoot you in your face. I'm not playing with you."
Are they blaming me?
Yeah.
So what do you want me to tell you?
The truth.
Meet the world's dumbest killers, Marshall Ratliff and Angus Moody, currently blaming each other for taking the life of an innocent man, because together they orchestrated a murder that was caught on camera as they followed their victim, tried to fight him, and finally executed him. Now, as they realize exactly the kind of situation they have landed themselves in,
Everything's basically one long video. I hope you understand there are certain things. You got the video. There's also things called ballistics.
there is only one piece of the puzzle that detectives need to uncover: who pulled the trigger. Because this is the only thing that surveillance footage failed to capture, and answering it means Dumb and Dumber here will spend the rest of their lives in a jail cell.
But the fact is that you are trying to explain this and justify what you did. The only one that can tell me is you. You better get real.
All right.
Tell me the truth.
In the early hours of July 23, 2018, Beckley, West Virginia police responded to a call of shots fired outside the Executive Manor Apartments. When they arrived, they found 33-year-old Joshua Webb lying outside on a wheelchair ramp suffering a severe gunshot wound. Despite first responders' best efforts, the 33-year-old husband and father was soon pronounced dead. But as detectives were still investigating the scene, a man walked into police headquarters claiming to know who pulled the trigger. He was 24-year-old Marshall Ratliff, and his motives for coming forward proved just as senseless as the eventual suspects themselves.
You've had a wild night, man.
I'm scared to put him dead still.
Well, I'll go this paperwork stuff real quick. Alright, so your first name is Marshall?
Marshall.
Okay.
Last name's Ratliff.
What's your middle name?
Lewis. I can't spell my middle name, man.
Okay, that's fine.
I've always spelled it Lewis.
Okay.
It's Leis. Leuis. Yeah, that's right.
Okay. How old are you now?
24.
Okay. And your date of birth?
03/02/94. Piece of shit. Sorry.
Are you good? What's your social? And what's your approximate height and weight?
My weight is almost 500.
Okay.
My height is 6'2". Same as always been.
Okay. And what's your address right now? And what's your highest level of education like?
I didn't even complete high school, man.
Okay, what grade?
10th.
Okay. Can you read and write?
Yeah, I can read and I can write a little bit.
Okay.
I have difficulties.
Okay.
Still.
Understood. Are you working anywhere?
No, sir, I'm on SSI.
Okay, understood. What about any health conditions or anything like that?
I've got asthma,
Okay.
COPD, and anxiety really bad.
Okay. Anything would affect you being able to understand me or talk to me today? Okay. So you're not having a problem with that?
I'm not under any substance, nothing like that.
So, well, the best thing I can tell you is, if you could just tell me from the beginning to the end, that's the what you know about this, how it came about. But I need you to back up a little before anything happens. Cover how you got there, who you're with, everything.
You want me to tell, okay, hold on, let me get this straight. You want me to tell you just the night or how I met him?
Anything that has to do with what happened tonight. Okay?
Okay, well, Josh, which I guess is the dude he shot.
Okay.
I don't know Josh like that.
Do you know Josh's last name? I'm
No,
not
sir.
Okay.
That's what I say, I don't know him. I just met him tonight.
Okay, good deal.
Josh told me, not Josh, sorry, let me miscalculate this here, let me read all this. Josh came to the house with him when he come home.
Is this at Main Street?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
He's been staying at the apartment with me. I didn't even know that man had
Who's staying with you? I'm sorry.
Angus.
Okay, Angus staying with you on Main Street.
Yes, sir. Apartment 306.
Okay, good deal.
Well, he brought him up there. They left. I left to take my old lady to work.
Okay.
About 10:30 or so. She had to be there until 11. It was 30 minutes early.
Where's she working? Good deal.
88 Harbor Road, bottom.
Okay, yeah.
So I normally sit down there with her, which could get her in trouble if I was caught, but she has seizures, so I stay with her sometimes.
You're looking out for her, I get that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sitting by like And I was talking to another buddy of mine that came in as they were coming down the hill from Sheets. I guess they walked to Sheets, left my house and went to Sheets. They come back with beer.
Who were you talking to? I'm sorry.
Angus, and
You said you were
I
talking
don't know
to
who. I've seen the boy quite a few times. It's just a customer that comes to go mark.
Okay, good deal.
And he went to one and he got his stuff, and I talked to him for about 4 minutes, and he left. And it was a green, like a dark green Jeep.
Okay.
And he appeared to be military. I was talking to him about the military and all that. Angus tried to sneak up behind me and scared me. They had bigger. Both of them was plastered to the gills.
Okay.
So he told me, he said, look, I'll be back, Marshall. He said, I'm going up to Josh's. I said, well, okay, whatever. So he left. He come back down. He's like, yeah, he said, we had beef, blah, 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 blah. He said, I'm going to shoot you. He said, I'm telling you. And he had the gun in his pocket the whole time. He's a felon. He ain't supposed to have one.
Okay.
Marshall claims that when he got back to Executive Manor, Angus was there with Josh, a neighbor he had allegedly been beefing with and had plans to kill. The two men walked to Josh's apartment, and when they returned to the parking lot, Angus got his revenge.
So he walks back, and that's when this altercation goes.
Yes, sir.
Where were they at when this gun comes out?
They go in my parking lot the first time.
Where at on parking lot?
You know where the water cooler is?
Yeah.
There's a little brick wall right there.
Okay, yeah.
And it was like midways of the grass right there.
Okay, all right.
And Angus pulled the gun out, and he told him, he said, I'll shoot you in your face. He said, I'm not playing with you. And then he jumped on me because I wouldn't say nothing to him. And I said, dude, I don't have no beef with him. I said, I don't even know it.
Okay.
So I left it alone. I knew it was going to turn out bad, and I didn't want to be involved.
Yeah.
So as I got around to the apartment, I heard pap. And I walked around the corner, and Josh was laying there. Angus had my keys to my apartment.
Okay.
And I walked in with him, and I found his phone laying at the entrance. Picked it up.
Okay.
Because I didn't know whether to call y'all right away or what. You know, I'm scared to death.
That's a bad situation, I get it.
I mean, I didn't want to look like somebody done killed somebody, you know?
Yeah, I get that.
So, upon that, I didn't know what to do. So I went on in behind him. We got up at the apartment, and I wanted to get away from him. I went down the back side. My apartment's still unlocked. I don't even know where my keys are.
Okay.
So I went down. I'm on the 3rd floor. If you come out my door, there's a stairwell that leads all the way to the bottom. It comes up an alleyway over by the parking lot.
Yeah, okay.
Well, when I went down there, he followed me, which I knew he still had the gun. I didn't want to get shot.
I get that.
So I took another route from him. He went on up and around, I guess, by the water company. I think that's what's right over here.
There's one over there.
Yeah, he went up that way, and I went up by the courthouses and come down Main Street so I could stay in view of the law if he tried something.
Okay.
And I followed that, got about midway to DHR, and I realized he done cut behind Heather Myers' building coming towards me. So, and he wasn't looking too happy. So I called dispatcher, and I was like, look, I need to come to y'all. I said, this man just shot this dude.
Okay.
So that's the full story.
Okay.
And I came here.
Wow, I'm glad you did. Well, the only thing, and let me explain this to you, because I'm not trying to come down on you or anything like that, but I just want to make sure we've got everything covered.
Okay.
So, one of the things that I don't want to happen, because right now you're a good witness, you're a witness to this, you had nothing, as far as we know, you had nothing to do with this, okay?
I didn't have nothing to do with it.
That's what it sounds like. So that's why we want to keep it, because it's important to us to have good witnesses.
Yes, sir.
But the important part of that is we have to have good, honest witnesses, okay?
Yes, sir.
So what I'm saying by that is obviously you know Neville Street and Main Street, all that area.
Yes, sir. I know all that. I
You know
walk
all
every
of
day.
it, and you also know that all of it's like completely covered with cameras,
Yes.
right? So the only thing I want to make sure of is I don't want to take any chances on anything that you said to get misconstrued. So I want to give you an opportunity to make sure that you're 100%.
Everything I told you is 100%.
But what I mean is, as far as like where you're at, is everybody walking together, those sort of things. Because a lot of times when somebody witnesses something like this, they'll start to steer things, make it sound a little bit better, you know, or distance themselves.
If you watch the cameras by the HHR, you'll see me walking up there with him.
Okay. Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you kind of indicated a little bit ago that there was some separation there. I just want to make
Yeah,
sure
but
that
I
we're
mean,
not.
by DHHR, I was on camera the full time.
Okay.
Because I was by the in between the water fountain and that big thing they put up there. What is that? From the World Trade Center or something?
Okay, yeah.
And I know there's cameras up on the top. So
There's all that whole street. So that's what I'm saying is I don't want to pull those cameras up and see you three guys walking together. If you said like there was
Josh was on this side, Angus was over here with me, and I stopped.
Okay. And you stopped where?
Midway's DHSR.
Okay.
Marshall claims that Angus murdered Josh, but when detectives get a hold of nearby security footage, it shows both men following their victim, who looks nervously over his shoulder as he approaches Executive Manor. But they didn't come empty-handed, because the small object Angus holds in his hand is later determined to be the revolver that would soon take Josh's life. The two left him to die on the wheelchair ramp and went inside the property and were caught on camera exiting through an alleyway a few minutes later. So despite this irrefutable evidence, Angus has a different story. And in his telling, Marshall isn't as innocent as he claims.
Well, did you, because obviously, I mean, we're here for a reason. Did you witness anything happen tonight? Were you around anything that happened that would be a reason that detectives would want to talk to you tonight?
Man,
Are you ready yet? Are you ready to get real with me yet or not?
man,
Because we're at that stage now where we have to make that decision.
I was walking by the executive. I never even seen no shit like that before in my life, yo. For real. Like, I was walking by the executive, and then I'm seeing these two dudes arguing. I'm not thinking shit of it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I ain't thinking nothing of it. And then all of a sudden, boom. Dude, like I'm like, he just shoot him?
Okay.
And I mean, real, man, I just ran. I ran away. I never seen no shit like that before.
Yeah.
Me being from, I still never seen no shit like that before. Like, that's exactly why I ran. And I went up to her. I was like, I just seen some shit. Just like she told me cops, I was scared. I was scared because I never seen no shit like that before. I can't believe it just happened.
Not bad.
That shit, I don't even ever want that shit's gonna be on my mind forever.
Well, what? Did you know any of these people that were involved in that?
Mm-hmm.
Do you recognize anybody or anything? What did they look like?
I was just walking by, man, and then I heard the two dudes. See, what, down where I've been noticing that downtown back, I've been seeing a lot of shit. Even this morning I heard somebody was getting something, I don't know. It's just, so I'm always going on down there.
Yeah.
That was another reason why me and her have been trying to work our stuff out. She getting ready to leave her kids because her kids are drama queens.
Oh, really?
You know what I'm saying? So, like, she's getting ready to leave back. And just like, she don't even like me being out here and stuff because of shit. But I still never thought I'd be, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy.
Well, did you hear anything going on between these two guys? Any arguing, any talking, anything else?
They was arguing and shit. I'm like, no, $20 or some shit.
Something about $20? Were these white guys, black guys, or were they?
They look like white guys. He wasn't no black guys.
Okay. What did the one that actually did the shooting, what did he look like?
I mean, he was white.
I mean, was he
like,
tall, short, skinny, fat,
tall,
dark hair, light hair?
He was like tall, chubby, and stuff. And then, I mean, it just kept escalating.
Okay. And then what?
And then to the point that I was like, man, I seen dude. No. I didn't think he was gonna do it. And seen him pull out a gun. And I was like, oh, I just thought he was just trying to scare him off. You know what I'm saying? I seen that shit before 10,000 times. I'm not necessarily somebody shoot somebody. And then shot. And I was like, I'm out.
Yeah.
After that, I was done, man. I I couldn't believe that happened. And I left him.
Okay.
Left my phone and everything. Just don't even got my phone on me. I forgot everything. And I was like, hell no, man. I just did not see this shit.
Well, where were you when you saw that? Where were you standing?
I was right there on the sidewalk.
Okay.
Right there.
So as soon as it happens, where do you go?
I go take the alley. I told you right there.
Straight to the alley and then straight
I'm out.
Okay.
I've seen that shit.
Okay. Well.
Actually, no. I went into the building.
Oh, which building is that?
The executive.
Oh, okay.
I went to the building after that, and then I was like, no, I'm not staying here, man. Hell no.
Yeah.
And then I was only there for like 2 minutes, and then I left. I was like, I'm not staying here, man, after seeing that shit.
Well, did you go to anybody's apartment while you're there?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I went to an apartment, and then I was like, no, I'm not staying in this building. I'm not staying near this shit, man.
Angus seems to remember things completely differently from Marshall, who he claims was the one that killed Josh. Unlike his friend, though, he refuses to name names. At least, not yet. But one thing is certain. Both of them couldn't have pulled the trigger, and that means one of them isn't telling the truth. So when faced with not one but 2 lying suspects, detectives have their work cut out for them, but they have proof that's hard for Angus to refute. In fact, it'll be impossible.
I'm gonna let you in on a couple things real quick, just because I think it's only fair to let you know. The reason that we're confident talking to you, and the reason that we want to get your side is to see basically, I guess you could call it an integrity check, okay? We wanted to come in here and see how honest you were going to be and whether you were going to be forthcoming with the information. Now, the reason that we know that you're not is because do you realize that basically the entire trek that you took before this happened and where you were at, where it happened, everything's basically one long video, right? You know that Neville, Maine, Canal Street, there's a bank right across the street from where this happened. You do understand that all of these places is just like one big Lincoln video, right? So I'm not coming down on you and I'm not trying to be mean to you by telling you that, but I want you to understand that you're in a situation. And I think that you were smart enough to realize the situation that you're in. And the story that you're telling is not matching reality. So you have to explain to me what really happened that caused you to do what you did. Because we're beyond all that.
I didn't shoot nobody.
Well, you're going to have to get past that. I get it, but you're going to have to get past it. I understand. But we're at this stage now where you have to be a grown-up about this and say, look, here's what caused this. Because my guess is this is not something that's normal for you. Well, that's what I'm saying. And that's the only reason I'm talking to you the way I am. You're not getting yelled at. I'm not going to disrespect you. I'm not going to talk trash to you. I'm going to come here and talk to you like a man and give you an opportunity to explain to me what in the world went wrong that caused this to happen tonight.
Am I being blamed? Am I being the one saying that they blaming me?
Yeah. They're not blaming you. I'm telling you. It's not a question. This is not a question of bringing you in here and asking you if you shot this guy. Okay? We're beyond that. We know who shot the guy. You did. The fact of the matter is now we want to.
I did.
Yeah. We want to know why.
I didn't shoot him.
We want to know why.
No, I didn't. I didn't shoot him.
Come on, man.
I put that on everything I love. I did not shoot him, man. I swear to God, I didn't.
Do you really think that's going to hold up?
I did not shoot him. I'm not going to lie about nothing like that. I've seen somebody else shoot me. So I swear to God, I didn't shoot that dude. I don't even, man, I'm not being blamed for that.
It's not a matter of being blamed. Like I said, do you not realize what I'm telling you? Do you not grasp what I'm saying about the whole thing's on video? And let me explain to you. Let me explain to you.
That's all I need to hear.
Well, let me explain to you that you look very different than the person you were with, right? I mean, I think you could agree with that. Mm-hmm. You look very different than that person. Mm-hmm. So it'd be very clear who had done that.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Then if it's on video, then I did shoot him. I'm comfortable with that.
Well,
if it's all on video, then it shows that I did not shoot. Because I didn't shoot him. Mm-hmm. I seen it. I was standing right there.
Do you realize that you probably told, I'd say, the range of 25 to 30 lies just in the time you've been in here?
Look, man, I didn't.
About where you've been?
If you got it on video, that makes me comfortable already. I know for a fact I didn't shoot him. Then it's on video.
Well, it is. And not only that, but
Okay, there ain't no video of me shooting.
Well, there's also video of Gomar. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't mention Gomar, did you?
I mean, stop by Gomar.
Yeah.
So I said sheets.
Well, there happened to be an issue at Gomar too, right? Well, that happens to be on video as well. And guess who's involved in that issue?
Yeah.
Can you tell me?
Me.
Yeah, you. That's right. Not the other guy.
Mm-hmm.
You. Do you see where I'm coming from?
Mm-hmm.
Are you picking up what I'm putting down now?
I understand, man.
Okay.
I didn't shoot him.
You gotta get real.
I'm getting real. I swear to God I didn't shoot him. I am not lying.
So you're telling me that what happened to Gomar can happen.
No,
and you can go straight down the road. Guess who had the gun at Gomar? Are you with me yet?
Listen,
You better get real.
alright, this is what happened.
Tell me the truth.
We had an issue at Goldmark. And then, and stuff like that. Now, I didn't have the gun then. But I was like, man, dude, him and dude is one that was having the problems, though. It was their beef.
Well, it looked like you having a problem with
I
it.
know, but that's what I'm saying. But it was their beef, you know what I'm saying? See, I know what's going on. Man.
Well, explain
Is there a video at the executive manor? Right there?
What do you think? With the man across the street?
You would think so, so I didn't shoot him. It shows who shot him.
Okay, well.
I didn't shoot him. But I mean, I ain't lying. We did have altercation and stuff like that. We was having altercation and stuff. And I knew it was going to escalate. So he was like, man, let's follow him or whatever. And that's how it ended up there, which we wasn't trying to go right there any daggone way. Nobody wasn't even trying to do nothing like that. Dude kept just talking in his mouth and just kept going and shit and then going that way. Then he was blocking our entrance to the executive manor. So
Who was?
The dude.
Okay, what's his name?
I don't know. That's what I told you. I really don't know him. Like, I don't know him. Like, that's the first time I've seen that dude in my life. And then the other dude, basically, what it really is basically I inherited that dude's beef. The one I was with, I don't even know who this dude is.
Who was the guy that you were with?
His name was Marshall.
Why didn't you tell us that?
Man, because I ain't trying to, I ain't trying to be like that, man. I just nervous, man. That's why I went up to my exes, man. You know what I'm saying? It just got me popped. I didn't even do it, though. I didn't do it. I didn't shoot.
Well, obviously you know exactly what happened in Gunfire, and you realize that's on video.
Yeah.
So how can we get from that, where you had the gun, obviously, I mean, clearly up there you had the gun, explain to me from that moment to where this guy gets shot, exactly every detail.
If there's video across from the bank, then it would show him taking the gun from me, which I really didn't want to have the gun. So I should never gave it to him. But I didn't think he was gonna shoot him. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't. I didn't think he was gonna shoot him.
Mm-hmm.
And he shot him. And I was like, here.
What did you think he was going to do with that gun?
I thought he was just gonna scare him to get him out in front of his door because he would try to block his entrance to his crib.
What is the guy saying? What makes you think that?
The guys are sitting there talking about, you know, they arguing over money and shit, man. Over $20. That's a part. Over $20. All over $20. And he shot him.
After realizing the detectives were seeing right through his lies, Angus comes up with a new story, and in this one, he's miraculously remembered Marshall's name. While he admits to holding the revolver, he lays all the blame for the murder on him, who he says killed Josh over a meager $20, but he claims no prior knowledge that the shooting would take place, and afterwards wanted to get as far away as possible.
Yeah, I went inside, I told him, I'm not staying here. You just shot. He's like, what we gonna do? Jeez, shit, you stupid. Yeah. I didn't think you really gonna shoot. I was mad. I was like, I didn't want to be around him no more. Man, I left him.
I just don't get it, man. I just don't get it. I don't understand.
I did not shoot him, man. I mean,
you know, my opinion, personal opinion, is you probably didn't mean to, or you probably didn't plan to. Something happened.
I did not shoot
because what you're telling me does not match reality. I mean, apparently you just think that we're BSing you or something. I don't know why, but you must be under the impression that we're just kind of winging it or something.
I did not shoot him. But I was put that on everything I love, man. He shoot man. I don't know, man. Swear to God, he did. I ain't gonna sit there and own up to the and then sit there and say that another man shot him.
That's exactly what you're doing.
I'm still in trouble.
Well, either way, yeah.
Exactly.
But
so
we just want to give you an opportunity to give the truth.
I'm telling you the truth. I just told him everything. So I shot him.
Yes, you did.
No, I swear to God I didn't. If you
can swear to whoever you need to.
Well, okay.
The fact is that it happened. The fact is now, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to man up and explain to me why this happened?
I just told him exactly what happened. Because
that's the only part we care about is the why. Why in the world?
And I just told him.
Mike, if this guy's blocking your door and you're trying to get home, there's some kind of altercation going on, that's fine.
He was blocking Marshall's door.
Well, you've been staying there too.
I know.
You didn't tell me that.
But I didn't.
We just did a search warrant at the apartment. Yeah.
So then, you know, like I said, if
we know a lot more than you're giving us credit for.
Okay.
Apparently, you're just playing games.
I'm not
think we're just playing games.
I didn't shoot him. I swear to God. I'm not even playing around. I'm not going to sit there and say I shot somebody and I didn't shoot nobody. I'm not owning up to
I'm not asking you to tell me you did. Like I said, we're beyond that point. I'm asking you to tell me why.
To be honest, man, I'm about to shut this down because you're accusing me of shooting when I'm just told this. I'm being honest.
Well, I mean, you see where we're coming from?
I just see where you're coming from, man. I'm about to shut it down.
Look what you're doing now.
Now you accusing no, because you're sitting there saying, I'm telling you that I did not.
You didn't tell me anything.
I know. I'm saying
that's why we're trying to fill in the details.
And I understand that.
Because there's parts missing.
Yeah.
So we're trying to get those parts filled in.
I understand.
Now, a minute ago, you never told me before that you were walking somewhere with this guy. Now you've told me that you and this guy walked over, she's got some bigger, came back.
Yeah.
So you can see why that's a surprise to me because you didn't tell me that.
I understand, man.
So how did he get from you guys walking over to get some beer to having this looked pretty serious altercation?
Because it was like, he comes over and he's sitting over there running his mouth and shit. All of a sudden, I guess the beer kicked in or something because all of a sudden, I would never even been chilling with this dude or something. Like, I would never just spend a couple dollars with him and shit like that. Then he started getting mouthy and shit, so that's when I got mad. You know what I'm saying? But bottom line, I didn't shoot him, man. Let's put that on everything. I did not shoot him. I shoot him every it's still my fault. And I'm still gonna be charged with the stupid shit because I handed him gun. So that's what I'm saying. Let's just end this shit, man. But I'm telling you right now, I ain't shooting him. But I'm still gonna be guilty of it because I already know the system. I know I was gonna be. I already know. I'm just telling you the truth right now because it don't even matter. I just want everybody to know. Boy, I didn't shoot that man. Mm-hmm. I did not shoot him.
While Angus is clearly no genius, he's smart enough to know that it doesn't matter if he pulled the trigger or not. If he handed Marshall the gun, he's just as guilty. But even though detectives have a hard time taking him at his word, it's still enough to haul Marshall back in for a second round of questioning.
Well, there's a couple things we want to address, a couple things we want to try to clear up. There's several things that we've actually come across since the last time we talked to you that don't exactly jive with what you told us. And I don't know
Well, of course, my head's scattered too, so.
Yeah, and that may be part of it. That's what we want to kind of get past. We want to kind of clear that up.
Okay.
So
I'm a little bit better since then, but I mean, it's still there, so.
Oh, I get that. Well, and like I said, I've dealt with you before, and you were very straightforward and honest, and heck, me and you walked through the woods. You remember we went and got that knife and all that stuff?
Glad you're right to it.
I know. So, I mean, I know that you're capable of that, so I don't have any hesitation to do that. But one of the issues that we have is, like we talked about earlier, obviously you know that whole straight stretch, Devil, Mac,
Yeah, I know
every bit of that. But you also know that every bit of that's covered with cameras.
Oh, I already know that.
And obviously we don't sit in here and just lay every little detail out and tell every little thing that we know. But one of the things that we've been doing, obviously, is gathering that video.
Gathering everything, yes.
Yeah. So the problem is that some of the video that we gathered does not match what you told us. Okay, in a big way. I think you know what I'm talking about as far as that goes. But the question is if you can be that guy you were before when I dealt with you, and explain to me, because I'm assuming something had to happen, like something had to go wrong to get to that point. That's why I need you to tell me what the world is going on.
I'm trying to understand what you're sitting here telling me.
Okay. Well, the part where a shot is fired, because we talked about that. And you told me a very detailed story about that, right?
Yes, that's all the truth there.
Whoa, that doesn't match what we're seeing with our own eyes, and that's the problem. So it'd be different if it was just like a he said, she said type situation.
Well, what are you asking me?
I'm asking you to tell me what happened exactly, really what happened. The real
I'm not understanding what you're asking me. You got to be...
Well, you didn't mention to me that you had that gun.
That was not my gun.
Well, I didn't say it was.
And I had no authority of what the hell he had in my house, man.
I completely agree with that. I'm talking about when that shot happened, you didn't tell me you had that gun, which is obviously a big deal.
Where did I have the gun at any point in time?
Right there. What do you mean where?
I ain't killed nobody, bro, if that's what you're getting to.
Well, what I'm telling you is I don't think that you meant things to happen the way they did, obviously. But the problem is something happened. And the only people that can tell us that is you two. Now, because there's one that can't tell us right now. So I need you to explain to me what the hell went wrong. Because it sounds to me like you got a bad situation, a pinch, and something bad happened. And now you're in a position where the only thing you can do is explain this shit to me. Because I don't think this is not you. This is not the marshal I've dealt with. Because the way that went down does not look like you.
Okay, so what are you asking me?
What the hell happened? What caused you to do this?
I didn't shoot the boy.
Marshall, I get it. That's the natural reaction to anybody that's in this situation.
I mean, I'm not going to lie to you.
Listen to you. I completely respect that because if I were in your shoes, I'd probably do the exact same thing. And what I'm telling you is,
me I shot him.
You did shoot him. The question is why? I don't care. We're not here to ask you, did you shoot the guy? I don't care. I don't care if you say that the whole time, the rest of the time you're here, because we already know that. What I need to know is what the hell caused the marshal that I know that wouldn't normally do that to do that. Because I'm assuming this guy had to have done something to bring this upon himself. I mean, it's only logical. Because if you're not normally that guy, and this happens, then it has to be something to make that, a catalyst, something that will cause that. So the only logical assumption at that point is that it had to be something this guy did. So what did he do? I've known you long enough to know that you are smart enough to understand.
Either way, I'm going to jail anyway.
Explain it to me. Show me that you're the person. Show me the person that I think that you are, that you have been in the past.
Nice, bro.
Really? When did that happen?
That was Chelsea, the one that was up in Fayetteville.
I don't know about that.
And I've told him numerous times, don't come to my house.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but I didn't mean for the gun to go off.
If detectives wanted a motive, Marshall just gave them one. But his claims of Josh assaulting his niece were never substantiated, and this isn't the first time his story has changed. And even though he'll blame Angus for handing him the gun, no one forced him to pull the trigger. But Marshall's no stranger to the system. He's been diagnosed with multiple mental illnesses, including intermittent explosive disorder, which symptoms include recurrent, impulsive, and aggressive outbursts. So unfortunately for him, shooting someone in a fit of rage wasn't only predictable, it may have been inevitable.
When did he do that to your niece? How long ago was it?
About 4 months ago, and I told him that he needed to stay away from my home.
I see. So, I mean, you knew this guy's bad news.
Yeah, but I didn't let him in though. He came home with him.
That's what I mean. But you knew this wasn't the guy you wanted in your apartment.
Yes.
Okay, so he shows up, and you said you were outside. Where were you when they show up?
Standing where I told you I was standing.
Okay, like on that ramp there?
Yeah.
Okay, so then they show up,
Yeah.
and you said him and Angus are having an argument?
Mm-hmm. I had nothing to do with that though.
Okay, that's fine. So how did it get to the point where the gun comes out, that kind of thing?
Angus had the gun and handed it to me, and I told Angus I didn't want it.
Marshall.
I swear to you, man.
That doesn't make sense. I'm not picking on you, but you got to understand that I agree. You're doing the right thing now because you're explaining your situation, but we can't have things where I have to go to the prosecutor and be like, he took the gun but told him I don't want it. Does that make sense? I mean, I'm not picking on you, but you got to get this right. And the only way to get it right is to be honest. So it's only logical. I'm assuming this guy's coming. He's obviously being somewhat threatening, is what you're indicating. So,
and he also threatened a lady. That's part of it.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't.
And she's been before.
Well, especially if you know he's capable of it, I'm sure I wouldn't.
And he come in, the way he was looking at my old lady tonight, I didn't like that.
Was that a go, Mark?
No, that was in my house.
Okay.
Before, that was when Angus brought him home.
Okay, so that was earlier today.
Yes.
Okay. You didn't like the way he was looking at her?
No.
Okay. Did he say anything to her?
Nope.
Okay. Did she say anything to you about the way he was looking at her?
Nope.
Okay, you just picked up on it. Okay. So you saw the way he was doing.
Yes.
What, he shows up, what did he say to you that kind of...
Nothing.
Nothing?
I just didn't, I told him, I said, Josh, I said, I don't want it here. I said, I don't need you here. I said, you're going to cause me trouble. I said, and you need to leave.
Okay.
He wouldn't leave.
Okay.
And I told him, no, and he wouldn't.
Okay. And then my assumption, I mean, like I said...
He started towards me.
Okay.
And
But I'm
I looked at
assuming...
any of the cameras, he started towards me.
Well, I mean, that part is true. I don't think that it was necessarily aggressive, I wouldn't call it.
I wasn't even mad. That's the whole point of the concept. I just looked at him and said, hey man, leave.
Yeah.
Don't want it in my house.
I get that. I mean, I respect that. But what... Like I said, I don't want to leave anything to chance, because if we go to the prosecutor and we leave a little silly thing looking silly, then you look silly. We don't want that. I mean, at this point, you're kind of got to lay it out there and say, here's the deal, okay?
I mean,
it's a bad situation. So let me ask you this. I mean, it's fair to say the only logical thing is I'm assuming you asked Angus for this gun, right? At some point.
that I didn't ask him. He handed it.
Why would he?
If you look at the camera, we were both standing there at the rail. He handed me that gun.
Well, yeah, I mean, I agree with that. The
I never
question
asked
is,
him for that gun. Never wanted that gun. I got hands. I don't need a gun.
yeah. Well, I mean, but you did use one tonight, so I'm just saying.
I had no choice on that one. That was a situation to begin with.
Okay, so you're standing out there, you and Angus. You said there, he's obviously, this Josh guy is there too. And then at what point, I mean, what's going on? What's being said at this point?
I don't know what their beef was.
I mean, I'm talking about when you get the gun, what's going on between you and this guy? What's
I
being
just
said?
told him to leave. I never said nothing about killing him. Never said nothing about shooting him.
Okay. Well, where did you, earlier, because like I said earlier, you told us, we'll say a fib, okay? A little bit of a fib, maybe?
Yeah, I shouldn't have lied.
Yeah, well, I agree, but
But
you
also,
kind
I
of
was
indicated,
scatterbrained too.
which I get that. But I mean, you did kind of indicate that Angus did some things. You kind of indicate he's the one that shot this guy and stuff. And now you acknowledge the truth. Finally, we're here. We're getting real. So, but the way you told me Angus shot him, is that actually the way that things went down with you? And if you were just kind of switching roles, how did that go down? Where did you point the gun? How did that happen?
I just pointed it at him. I didn't mean for it to go off.
Okay, which that's...
That I really didn't mean to.
Well, and like I said, let me caution you just a little bit on that. And I'm not picking on you, but you got to understand that the prosecutor's going to hear about this at some point, and I have to explain
And
to
I'm
them.
going to be
Okay?
screwed.
No, listen to me. What I'm trying to explain to you is that you do have a good opportunity to explain certain aspects of this. Because, it doesn't look good. Obviously, it doesn't look good. But there are some things where you can't do a whole lot of deflecting. And that's a natural reaction when somebody's in trouble. I get that. But things like that, like I didn't mean your gun to go off, that sometimes that could work. But particularly when we're dealing with a revolver, it's not a feasible thing.
Dude,
Does that
that's
make
the first
sense?
time I ever had a gun.
I get that. But I mean, when you pull the trigger of a gun, it goes off, right? And that's what I'm telling you. Prosecutors will look at that and say, oh, now he's deflecting, he's minimizing, he's not willing to accept responsibility for his actions. That doesn't look good. So it's clear to me what happened here. You let your anger get ahead of you. That's exactly
But that's
what
the
happened.
thing though, boss. I wasn't mad.
That guy, you were mad from earlier in the night. I mean, you told me the guy was looking at your woman wrong. He'd already done that once. So it's clear that it's obvious what happened here. You let your anger get ahead of you, and that's what happened.
That's what you say and what you think, boss.
Well, I mean, otherwise it just means that a calm person shot somebody. And that's not a good thing. You don't want to be that guy who just calmly, collectively goes and shoots people, right?
True.
So, I mean, logically...
You do realize that I have paperwork stating that my head's not right.
Well, all the more reason to explain this away. So be honest about it. Tell me the truth. You're trying to indicate to me like, oh, I didn't know this gun was going to go off, but you know as well as I do. Really, you lost it for a minute. I mean, you got to the point where you got so angry that you did something you wouldn't
I
have
was murder carrying anyway.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of different degrees of murder.
Well, what
Depends
was
on
this do?
circumstances. Well, I don't know the full circumstances because you're not telling me everything yet.
Okay, well, you need to start asking questions so I can
I'm asking you. I told you that you've tried to minimize and deflect, and I just
I'm
want you to
trying
tell
to
the
figure out
truth.
what you're asking me, and you're not giving me nothing to run on here.
Well, let me put it this way. Obviously, you didn't go in there and pump this guy full of lead, okay? It's not like you pulled out a gun and shot him 6, 8, 10 times, okay? We see that sometimes, but that's not the situation here. That's what makes me think that this was more like an anger thing. Like all of a sudden, my blood boiled and I went and did something I wouldn't normally do. But you can't say that and then say, by pointing a gun, I didn't know it was going to go off.
So what do you want me to tell you?
The truth. I
Why
want you
would
to tell the truth.
Why would you want it out of my mouth if you already investigated?
Because you're the one that's at risk here.
Well, I mean,
Do you
either
think
way,
I-
I'm going to SRJ.
I mean, the fact of the matter is, do you think I particularly care about it right now? The fact is that right now, you are a guy that I've dealt with before that I didn't ever imagine would be capable of this, but you have done it now, so I'm trying to understand. And
What do you want to understand?
what happened?
I mean,
There has to be more to this
Are you
story.
asking to me, on my end, or what they were over? I'm trying to
You're
figure
the
out.
one that got the gun out and shot this man. I'm asking you how that happened, what you were thinking, every little detail, because that helps you in the end. Because you explain your situation. Besides, like I said, maybe you're not picking up that part. Otherwise, it looks like you're just a calm, collected guy that just planned this whole thing out and just
Well, that's
shot
not
a guy.
for sure.
Well, it doesn't sound that way, but that's what it looks like until you tell me otherwise. Okay?
Whether Marshall is aware of it or not, he's already confessed to murdering Josh. So while he may be reluctant to give more details, he's only stalling the inevitable. Because with a full confession now on the books, he's already secured his place in prison for decades to come. And now it's only a matter of getting the whole truth, which Marshall's still reluctant to give.
What I'm telling you is that I hope you understand there are certain things, obviously the video.
I ain't never been through all this.
I get that, but I'm helping you. I'm trying to break it down for you. You got the video. There's also things called ballistics, which tells us how close people are when guns are fired. When somebody gets hit with a bullet, it'll tell
I
you
know
how
what
far.
ballistics is. I watch enough of
Well,
CSI.
see, you know then. So that's exactly what I'm talking about. Is you have to be careful with your statements in that you're saying, oh, he reached for his pocket, so he was talking about picking something big up or whatever, when that doesn't necessarily jive with the scene, the ballistics, the video itself. So what I'm telling you is you were expecting us basically for you to tell your story and to expect something in return, which would basically be redemption of some sort. I know, and I'm not saying that. We didn't make promises anyway. But the fact is that you are trying to explain this and justify what you did, which is normal. You should. But you can't do that and tell half-truths. You have to kind of lay it all out there and say, here's the deal. If you screwed up, if you got to let your anger get ahead of you or whatever, that's one thing. That's totally fine. But you have to explain that to us because I'm not in your head. I don't have that ability. I can't get in there and see what you're thinking, what you're doing, that kind of thing. But the only one that can tell me is you.
What do you want me to tell you? What I'm sitting here trying to figure out, okay, you're telling me about the ballistics, this and that and that and this, okay? What is the specific thing you want me to tell you?
It's not so much what I want you to tell me, it's the fact that I don't want you to tell me the things that you're telling me that aren't true. Like the fact that you were trying to portray him as a lot more aggressive in that moment than he really was. And I don't want you to do that because it just doesn't jive with the situation. It makes you look like a dishonest person. And if you're looking for any kind of to show that you are redeemable in some way, then that doesn't work. You have to.
I already know I ain't redeemable.
Well, you have to lay it out there.
I mean, what do you want me to do?
How are you not redeemable? What does that mean?
I'm up to shit creek, man. What do you mean I'm saying?
I mean, you're not like an evil person, are you?
No.
So that means you're redeemable. I mean, you did a bad thing.
But I don't want to.
But it just means you did a bad thing. It doesn't mean you're bad all the time, like core to your core, okay? So that's what I'm saying. If you want society to believe that this was just a bad act of somebody that's not completely horribly bad, then you have to tell the real story. And like I said, you're trying to portray this guy as though he was aggressive towards you, and it just doesn't pan out.
But he never said nothing to me, other than he was going to kill me. That was it.
I don't believe you said that, Marshall.
Well, I mean, what do you
said that? That's what I'm trying to tell you is you're painting this picture.
Listen, man, you're asking me questions. I'm answering as truthfully as I can.
Well, that's the problem. When it's called a qualifier, when you put that at the end and you say, as I can, truthful as I can, that means you are not telling the full truth. It means you're telling me the parts that are okay for you to give me because they don't hurt you.
Okay, well, you want to run down from Gunmore all the way back again?
Let's do it. Except, how about the complete, honest, full, 100% true story? No putting the other people in your
I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I can remember everything.
That's best
I
you
can
can.
remember as much as I can, and then you're going to tell
All I'm asking is don't give me anything false. If you leave parts out on accident, that's cool. But,
okay, fine.
all right, tell me from there.
From where, Gunmore?
Let's go more.
Gunmore. Old boy had the gun in his face. They come down through our argument. I didn't know nothing about that or what it was about. I looked at my old lady. My old lady came out the door and told us that we all had to go.
Okay.
So I left. We was coming through town. Angus had the gun, and he kept walking up there, and I kept telling him, put it away, dude. So I was going to come, blah, blah, blah. Well, Josh was on the other side. He continued up through on the right side going up.
Okay.
And he continued going up through there, and Angus and me were walking together. I continued with Angus. We cut through the parking lot, come up the backside, because he told me he was going to kick my door in as we was walking through. I told him, Josh, I said, don't kick the door in, dude. I said, that's not, that's not what I want to be done. And, well, me and Angus walked up there, and if I don't know if y'all pulled the camera, does any of the camera see from the parking lot?
Which part?
The big parking lot where I live.
Yeah.
Okay, did y'all see Angus with the gun?
Well, we see him give it to you, if that's what you mean.
I didn't ask for it, though.
I mean, I don't have, I'll be honest with you too, it doesn't have audio, so I don't know what you said, I just don't have it.
I looked at Angus and told him to get him off my porch so I could go in my house.
Okay.
And he wouldn't leave. And then he threatened my life, and I told him, don't do that. And
here you go again. What are you doing again, Marshall? Come on, man. I'm just asking you to
man, look, I just told you what the discussion was. What do you want me to
do
tell
you know how stereotypical the words are, he threatened my life? Do you know how often
They're right there, everyday words.
Exactly. That's just, people that say that are people that are trying to deflect, to lessen their involvement, to make things look a different way than they really were. Okay? And that's what you're doing. I respect that, but I'm telling you that you're in a position now where your only avenue is to tell the full truth. This guy didn't threaten your life. Well, you can say that all night long. But the fact is that you were mad at him. You knew he was a bad person. I get that. And you did something about it. But don't try to paint a picture where this guy, he threatened my life, that kind of thing.
Okay, so you're telling me the man did not threaten my life, correct?
I don't believe that he threatened your life, if that's what you're asking me. And I think that you know that he did. Now, that doesn't make him any better of a person.
Why would I look you dead in your eyes and tell you that that's what he did and then you not believe me still?
Because you shot him. And now it's important for you to make it appear that way because that somehow you think it helps your situation. I get that.
I think it helps nothing.
Do you think he did anything at that moment that should have led to you shooting him? Can you tell me one thing? Because like I said, from what we've already seen,
Huh?
What I'm telling you, we have already seen what happened. So what can you tell me anything out of that he did that would justify you shooting him?
Okay.
Okay.
Is that what you want me to say?
Well, I just want you to be honest. I respect the honesty. Then why'd you do it? Because now we've established that he didn't do anything to justify it at that moment. So why'd you do it?
I shouldn't have.
Well, I mean, there's no
If
doubt.
you want the honest,
Well, I agree with
shouldn't
that.
even got the gun. Be honest. It wasn't mine though.
Yeah, no, I believe that.
It really wasn't mine.
No, I totally believe that. We've already verified that.
I told you what I had in my house.
I totally get that. No, I know it was Angus's gun. There's no doubt about that. But the question is, I'm trying to figure out what happened in Marshall's head. All of a sudden, make you shoot
I don't
him.
know.
Just kind of,
I'll be honest with
just
you.
that angry about everything.
I don't know.
Okay.
I really don't.
Okay.
I'm being honest. I don't really know. I don't know.
Okay. Well, what made you come here afterwards? Was that just an
I
attempt?
scared.
Was that an attempt to make it make you look better, kind of?
No.
I mean, that's
I didn't
typical.
want-
Sometimes we come across that.
Look, I didn't want to even come here. You want to know the truth?
Okay. What'd you want to do?
I was planning to run. I'm not going to lie to you.
Well, I appreciate that. Where were you going to run to?
Nowhere.
You just
I
want to
ain't
get
got no
away.
damn money.
I get that. Okay.
And I ain't ran very far last time, did I?
No, I'll give you
I
that.
was, I'm too fat to be running. And I can't run anyway.
Despite Marshall's self-defense claims, he knew what he did was bad enough that he considered fleeing, not to mention repeatedly lying to police about it. But if it really was self-defense, why didn't he just tell the truth to begin with? And why would he throw Angus under the bus?
Let me ask you this. Why did you, when we talked earlier, obviously we talked earlier this morning, why didn't you just lay this out there for me and tell me?
Because I figured I'd be up to shit creek.
Be in trouble?
Very bad trouble.
Okay. All right, well, I mean, I can get that. I respect that. What, did you not feel bad telling me Angus did that when you really did it? I felt a little bad, I mean, putting it on
I'm
somebody.
scattered brain, man.
Just a lot going on. Okay, I get that. Did, in your opinion, in all honesty, did Angus do anything that, to participate in this, other than handing you the gun, obviously?
Yeah.
What did he do? Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. You just gotta explain to me.
He pretty much helped with it. I mean, he
You mean by giving you the gun, or did he do anything else?
and he was arguing with him. He told him that he would shoot him too.
Okay.
And then that was about it.
Well, let me ask you this. What, that shirt that we got from you, is that more than likely his blood too?
Oh,
Or is that
no.
both?
I know that one's, I thought it would done wrap my hand up. I don't know. But I know that the front of it's from my, going like this.
Well, what about when you went back in the apartment after you shot him? Did you change clothes or anything?
No, didn't change nothing.
Nothing at all. Okay. What'd you do with the gun?
I don't have that. And I have
I'm
no
not asking
clue.
if you have it right now. I'm saying,
I'm
what did you
sitting
do
here
with it?
right now telling you I don't know where that gun went. Because Angus had it.
You had it. Oh, we know you had it because you shot him.
I swear to
What
God.
happened after that?
What do you mean? I went out the bottom.
Where'd your gun go?
I
Because you
don't
obviously
have
had
no
it to
gun.
shoot him. Well, yeah, you had a gun because you shot him. So where did
If
you
y'all
go?
want to get technical, man, go pull the cameras from in the hospital. You'll see Angus had it back.
So you're saying you gave it back to Angus?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, where did he do it?
Don't know. We split.
Okay.
So, and that's when I came here.
So, but obviously you guys went back into the apartment for a little bit, you said, right?
5 or 10 minutes at the most.
Well,
If
in that 5 or 10 minutes, what happened with the gun?
He had it the whole time.
Okay.
So like I told you, I went back and sit on my bed.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
No, nothing at all.
While the real reasons Marshall pulled the trigger that night were never made clear, the results were the same. A man was dead, a family was mourning, and Marshall and Angus's fates were sealed. Angus Moody was charged with accessory before the fact to first-degree murder and unlawful possession of a firearm. He was sentenced to 10 years in prison. Marshal Ratliff pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and was given the maximum sentence, 40 years in prison. In their decision, the court cited his attempts to shift blame and complete lack of remorse for the killing. Thank you for watching today's video. Whether you're new here or have been with us for a while, check out one of the craziest cases I've ever covered right here, or one of my newest uploads right here.